Hello, my name is Mohammed Diallo, and so for my major project, covering media bias, I did mine over the topic of gas prices in the, I guess you could say, summer of 2022, because it was both the articles were in June. The first article I chose was by New York Times, which was on June 14th of 2022, and the second article I chose was an article by CNN on June 10th of 2022. And so in my essay, I basically learned that it's hard to find sources nowadays that don't have a some type of bias in the information that they're sharing to the public. For example, in the CNN article that I found, it was saying, well, their opinion was that inflation and energy costs was the connection between gas prices increasing in our economy at the time. Meanwhile, in the other article, the one by New York Times, they believed that gas prices were increased because of the invasion of Russia on Ukraine, and since the U.S. sided with Ukraine, and Russia stopped trading I believe it was oil with the US. New York Times believes that's why gas prices had increased that summer. I also learned when researching for this topic that it affects our economy in a negative way, because how does it help us or others when sources, how does it help us when sources or journalists share information to the general public that isn't exactly truthful? Instead, some journalists you see, they want to make their stories exciting and grab viewers and readers, instead of telling the full truth or full story, I guess you could say. Or how some sources or social media brands do certain things around certain events that are going on in the world, and they have their own, I guess you could say, what's the word I could say, opinion, I guess, their own spin on it. I guess you could say their own spin on that certain issue, which doesn't help us at all, because the information is going to still be biased at the end of the day. And currently, in the present day, it's hard to find sources that aren't either biased or telling the truth fully, I guess you could say. The one source that when I was researching, that I found that gives usual, I guess you could say 90-95%, I don't know about 100, because it's really, really hard to find any source that isn't just a tiny bit biased. But but the source that I found that isn't that biased is a source called Reuters. I think it's a news agency that covers politics and news going on in our economy. But other than that, I learned from this that media bias is still a current major issue going on in our economy, and if we want to fix this in the future, journalists and sources and news outlets are going to have to start trying to lean towards being more truthful and having evidence that backs up what they're saying in their in what they're sharing to the general public. So then when we're informed, we're not informed just based off of their opinions. Thank you. Have a good day.